Oh, there you go. 30 k's to the city centre, almost 10 k's to Smithfield. Yeah, it said on my map about 7 from Kawara, so that might be about right. Be a good bike ride, if I ever get to pick up the bike. I actually watched one of the standard episodes of Naked and Afraid yesterday, one of the latest episodes, and I usually just watch the XL stuff where they have a number of people competing in sort of teams. Well, not really competing in teams, but they form teams. They start off in couples and then form larger groups as time goes on. It also goes twice as long as the standard one, which is about 20 days. What was interesting about this one is it's always male and female, and the interesting thing is that the whole show, I think, might have gone maybe 1.5 hours. It went from beginning to end in the one episode, which is unusual. Normally it would run over, say, at least 5 episodes or so, or maybe more. But this one was totally condensed into one long episode, beginning, middle and end. So that was interesting. Also, they both played twice before. They both competed twice before, and so they were veterans. And the woman was a vegetarian. And I always find that amusing when you're going on a really tough survival type adventure like that, and you're cutting out a lot of your protein food sources. Interestingly enough, both of them lost the same amount of kilos, because the guy, who's no slouch, I mean, the guy is a fireman by trade, so he'd be pretty fit. He wasn't able to get much in the way of protein at all. The only protein he got was a small snake and a piranha. He actually caught a piranha, and which is something we'd be very careful doing, considering the bastards have got really sharp serrated teeth. Now, once he killed it, the damn thing kept chomping away, so it was still trying to kill even after it had been killed. So he put a leaf where the jaw was, and the jaw just kept snapping back and forward, trying to chomp away at it, even though the fish was dead. Anyway, it tasted good apparently, and so he got a little bit of protein, but he still lost the same number of kilos that the female competitor, or participant, I guess you'd say, lost. So why these people do these things is beyond me, because they both got stung badly by ants and other creatures. They were miserable the first night. They usually are, because it's usually there's not a proper shelter, and they may not have fire. So it beggars belief that they do this, and I don't get that. There's no great prize money. It's not like Survivor where there's $1 million at stake. It's just the kudos of doing it. It mustn't rate that highly, because it's not really. I don't know. They don't get paid anything. I assume they get paid something as compensation being away from their work. But I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm sure they don't get paid much. There's no great prize involved, which is strange, because it's one of the toughest contests to do. Although I know someone who's very cynical about it, says it's all BS, and I've got to admit that they do play up the dangers. There's so many cutaway shots of crocodiles and snakes and other creatures that are potential danger. The producers always insert them in liberally every time they swim across a creek or a river. You got the shots of the piranhas and the crocs and boa constrictors as well. So always playing up danger. But of course, as producers of the show, they don't want people to die on it. I mean, obviously they'd be liable, although there would have been a waiver signed, but they'd still have to show that they acted responsibly. So I doubt whether these contestants, these participants, are in really any great danger, because the producers wouldn't want anything to occur. it just, it'd be bad business. So, yeah, anyway, so it was okay, just a bit of a diversion. I've been watching a lot of old sitcoms, old Newhart. I've got all the old Newhart episodes. I haven't watched them for years, and it really holds up well because there's so much dross around these days. I don't know if there's anything worth watching as far as sitcoms concerned. I haven't watched a recent sitcom for years. I mean, PC's destroying situation comedies. It can't be funny anymore. It's always offensive to someone. So look at that. It's that beautiful turquoise out there. The old sitcoms hold up really well. I know that getting back another reference to Dave Rubin, he's a stand-up comic. That's what he started out as, and he watches old Golden Girls episodes, and I've been watching a bit of that myself. And yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, they're well written and good casting. Really interesting stuff. And Seinfeld episodes, all holds up really well. I'll give you a shot of the ocean. I think I deserve a pit stop. Done a bit of walking, probably over an hour, so what the hell. So there you go, there's the view from the bench that I'm on. A lot of wind, unfortunately. But that's the nature of beaches, I guess. But yeah, not a shabby look, is it? I thought it was time for a bit of beach combing action. Looks nice, doesn't it? About 0.9 kilometres from Kawara Beach. I wonder if that's actually where the shops are that they're gauging that distance. It's a bit closer to actually getting to the car park on the beach. It's only about another 10-minute walk. I think I'll be there. So I do this a few times a week. I'll get fit. Certainly more likely to do it when I got the bike. That should at least make it around a 20-minute trip, maybe quarter of an hour. It's not too bad. A good way to go to Palm Cove too. Take the bike right up the track. Yeah, I'm just waiting for that call from Kmart. My confidence level is low. It was last Thursday I was there, so it's been another week and I haven't heard a thing. So they're taking their time. There's a few bikes up there. I noticed just when I was walking today, Clifton Beach, quite a few people are bike riding up there. Makes sense. It's a beautiful place to go with the bike. Perfect for it, I think. Whew. So I wonder how this image compares to the 4K one I took earlier today. Compare them. If I can edit it on the same video, maybe not. I can take a snapshot anyway and give you an idea of what the difference quality is, I guess. Yeah, this monstrous frond actually dropped to the ground from that particular palm tree, the last big one in the front. Yesterday around 5:30 in the afternoon, I heard this incredible thump, and this is the bit that really, see, this is just a quite a solid piece of the actual plant. That if that hits you, that could kill someone falling from that height. That is quite solid and very heavy. So it is quite dangerous. Maybe I should get it removed because you know, that is pretty damn big. This is light, so it's not going to cause so much damage. This thing is actually dangerous, very dangerous. So all this debris is just recent, so it's amazing how much crap these plants actually shed. Something I never envisaged. So that's the culprit there, and as you can see, there's plenty more foliage up there to drop. So you know, I've got to be careful when I just walk out the gate, basically. Oh, it's Thursday morning, early morning, and the guy's taking his dog for a walk down the road. Pretty typical here. Just waiting at the bus stop for to get the bus to Big Smoke. Felt pretty stuffed after walking all the way to Clifton Beach yesterday. However, you know, I did feel a little bit of euphoria after the walk. A sort of a nice tiredness, if you know what I mean. Just discovered today that actually I got a major split down one of the soles of my sandals, so the only place I'll be able to afford to get them replaced will be in Southeast Asia. So I'll just put them on ice until if and when we ever get a chance to leave this goddamn country and travel again. I can take it there and get them to repair it. It's the only place it's worth doing. Cost a fortune here, so it's just not worth it. Luckily I bought myself a replacement pair of the ones I'm actually wearing now, these leather ones. These are the ones I actually bought. These are the older ones, but they've still probably got a bit of use left in them, but I got a fresh pair from Spendless Shoes in Adelaide, and I bought it from them in the past. But I don't know how, they must air mail them, because they get they're so fast. Both times I've actually ordered them, they've come really quickly compared to normal mail. So very impressed with their service. They gave a big discount, and the shoes do last a long time. So I think they're extremely good value. So I'm very happy with them as a product. Today got to go to I'm going to get a haircut. Once hair starts driving me crazy, I sort of feel compelled to actually take the plunge and get a haircut. And the only place I get a reasonable discount that I know of in Cairns is actually down at the Spence Street Barbers. That's just across the road from the stop, so the bus stop that I'll get off at. So that's convenient. Then I've got to go down to the council chambers, or council offices I should say, and fill in an application for a pension discount. And it's interesting, I have to sign a form there and do it, whereas with Ergon, who are not noted for their great customer service, I was able to just provide them with the details of the pension and they were fine. I didn't have to sign any forms. But to get a rate discount, you have to do that. Well, that was the first thing out of the way. Got myself a haircut. So it's the new look. It cost me $25. I don't know whether they're the same owners. I think they must be, because the woman who actually cut my hair, she said that the owner's trying to sell a house that she owns, the owner owns, that is, of the salon, which is actually up the top of a hill in Trinity Beach, and it's got 6 bedrooms and obviously a fantastic view. So skateboard, you get a lot of them around here, not so much in the beaches. So yeah, she's trying to flog off her house. It's like $1 million plus property, and it's been on the market for 12 months. And I'm thinking, a place in Trinity Beach that's you know, it's got a great view, and it's a big sprawling place. I'm amazed that they haven't sold it. Well, here's Bureaucracy Central, the council offices. It's covered quite a large area. See what luck I have with getting this pension a discount for my rates. Fingers crossed it all goes smoothly. Tell you what, you should try to apply for a job at Cairns Council. It'd be the slackest bloody gig on earth by the looks of this. The place is empty. The customer service area is bereft of customers. So yeah, I reckon it'd be a great gig for someone being employed by the council, because I think you'd be doing bugger all. I was staggered. It's a huge area, but there was only one customer being served when I got there, and I had to get a ticket. And it didn't. There were 3 categories, and none of them were really appropriate, of course. So anyway, I got it sorted. So hopefully I'll get an amended rates notice apparently by the 20th, because there's been a backlog. Big surprise. Of course it has, because no one knows about what you have to do to get the bloody the discounts. Also, the property market being so hot, there'd be a lot of people who have just recently purchased a place up here and going through this process. And even if you're not new to the area, you still have to go through the whole rigmarole if you had another place where you're getting a discount. And that's what pisses me off, that they just don't transfer the information across from your old place to your new place. That'd be far too convenient. Anyway, I'm heading off for a more pleasant task now. I'm going to go to Officeworks and pick up a new mobile phone. I could have got a cheaper one than I'm going to get, but I want one that's going to have the up-to-date software, and apparently the one I was looking at, which had a really good battery in it, it has an earlier version of the software, and apparently it takes a long time to charge up because it's got a different plug. It's a small micro plug as opposed to I think it's a C1. It's the size of the USB connector on most mobiles, and the one I'm going to get will be like that. So it'll be a better one for me, so it'll work out well. Well, I'm discovering a home truth about Cairns down here. It is definitely windier than the beaches. There's no doubt about it. I noticed I got a lovely cross breeze when I was in the flat, in the top floor, and at the beach it's actually, the air is much stiller than here. So that's something I wouldn't have expected, but it certainly seems to be the case. I'm actually just walking alongside Cairns Central on the outside footpath. I've never done this before, actually. All the time I've been here, I've never actually walked down this particular walkway here. It's nicer than going underground. So this way I can get to Officeworks. So rather than going in there with all the fumes and stuff, notice a few buses are parked along here. This should be a bit more pleasant than going inside. Got a bit of shade here anyway, so there's no problem there. So I've got two of my tasks already done. The haircut, that's out of the way. Cost me $5 more than I expected. I think last time I was charged $20, but I don't know whether the prices have gone up or if she gave me a different cut. It's fairly short, so I guess I'll get more value out of it anyway. So I was thinking of asking how much it would cost. I don't know if the signs are out the front still with those discount prices, and maybe they have put their prices up. That would not surprise. But anyway, she was pleasant enough, so a decent sort of cut. Oh, this will be the actual main entrance to the railway station, which of course I've never been down because I never caught a train here. So this is what the main entrance looks like, in case you were wondering. There you go. Well, that's a first time for me. For all the years I've been up here, I've never walked along here before. So I've walked along, but inside rather than outside. See, all the buses seem to be along here. They obviously go there, they park, they go and drop people off there, and they just come around here, and then they start the process again. I can smell a few fumes out here. Please consider subscribing to my channel if you think there's anything there of use to you, or entertainment or whatever. And either do that or give me a thumbs up, or if you're feeling really energetic, do both. That'd be great.